have on YouTube. Today I'm going to try a new piece. This kitchen toy washing machine.
That we can play music that makes us feel all kinds of feelings.
I'll show you what's happened. Let's go fun before.
Wasn't that terrific? Wow. Our music makes me feel good. I wonder if our music can also make you feel silly, or excited, or sad. Do you want to make believe with me? Let's make believe that we can play music that makes us feel all kinds of feelings. Happy music puts a smile on your face, creates rainbows and stars in space. Sad music, it can feel like rain. Angry music is loud, it makes you scream. Lots of music makes you feel every day. Feelings in a very special way. Wasn't that terrific? Wow. Music makes Dan feel good. I wonder if our music can also make you feel silly, or excited, or sad. Do you want to make believe with me? Let's make believe that we can play music that makes us feel all kinds of feelings. Happy music puts a smile on your face, creates rainbows and stars in space. Sad music, it can feel like rain. Angry music is loud, it makes you scream. Lots of music makes you feel every day. Feel big feelings in a very special way. Wasn't that terrific? Wow. Our music made Music Man Stan feel good. I wonder if our music could also make you feel silly, or excited, or sad. Do you want to make believe with me? Let's make believe that we can play music that makes us feel all kinds of feelings. Happy music puts a smile on your face, creates rainbows and stars in space. With sad music, it can feel like rain. Angry music is loud and makes you scream. Lots of music makes you feel every day. Feel big feelings in a very special way. Wasn't that terrific? Wow. Our music made Music Man Stan feel good. I wonder if our music could also make you feel silly, or excited, or sad. Do you want to make believe with me? Let's make believe that we can play music that makes us feel all kinds of feelings. Happy music puts a smile on your face, creates rainbows and stars in space. With sad music, it can feel like rain. Angry music is loud and makes you scream. Lots of music makes you feel every day. Feel big feelings in a very special way. Wasn't that terrific? Wow. Our music made Music Man Stan feel good. I wonder if our music could also make you feel silly, or excited, or sad. Do you want to make believe with me? Let's make believe music made Music Man Stan feel good. I wonder if our music could also make you feel silly, or excited, or sad. Do you want to make believe with me? Let's make believe that we can play music that makes us feel all kinds of feelings. Happy music puts a smile on your face, creates rainbows and stars in space. With sad music, it can feel like rain. Angry music is loud and makes you scream. Grr! Awesome music makes you feel every day. Feel big feelings in a very special way. Wasn't that terrific? Wow, our music made Music Man Stan feel good. I wonder if our music could also make you feel silly, or excited, or sad. Do you want to make believe with me? Let's make believe that we can play music that makes us feel all kinds of feelings. Happy music puts a smile on your face, creates rainbows and stars in space. With sad music, it can feel like rain. Angry music is loud and makes you scream. Grr! Awesome music makes you feel every day. Feel big feelings in a very special way. Wasn't that terrific? Wow, our music made Music Man Stan feel good. I wonder if our music could also make you feel silly, or excited, or sad. Do you want to make believe with me? Let's make believe that we can play music that makes us
Let me
feel
put
all
this
kinds
back
of feelings.
on.
Happy music puts a smile on your face, creates rainbows and stars in space. With sad music, it can feel like rain. Angry music is loud and makes you scream. Grr! Awesome music makes you feel every day. Feel big feelings in a very special way.
I just had to get the down.
Wasn't that terrific? Wow, our music made Music Man Stan feel good. I wonder if our music could also make you feel silly, or excited, or sad. Do you want to make believe with me? Let's make believe that we can play music that makes us feel all kinds of feelings. Happy music puts a smile on your face, creates rainbows and stars in space. With sad music, it can feel like rain. Angry music is loud and makes you scream. Grr! Lots
For 50 years.
of music makes you feel every day. Feel big feelings in a very special
I
way.
and he was always
Wasn't that terrific?
I can remember him just lighting
Our music made Music Man Stan feel good. I wonder if our music could also make you feel silly, or excited, or sad. Do you want to make believe with me?
Can you move this
Play
wall?
music that makes us feel all kinds of feelings.
When I was 12 years old,
Happy music puts a smile on your face, creates rainbows and stars in space. With sad music, it can feel like rain. Angry music is loud and makes you scream. Grr! Awesome music makes you feel every day. Feel big feelings in a very special way.
people would come over the house, maybe greeted by a 7-year-old,
Wasn't
throwing
that
himself down a
terrific?
large flight of stairs.
Wow, our music made Music Man Stan feel good.
And I would say,
I wonder if our
let's
music
pick the
could also
replay.
make you feel silly,
I go back to the top of the stairs and come back down in slow
Do
motion.
you want to make
Now,
believe with me?
fear is going to be a
Let's
player
make
in your
believe
life.
that we can
You
play
get to decide
music
how
that
much.
makes us feel
You
all
can spend your
kinds
whole
of
life imagining ghosts, worrying about the pathway to the future, but all that will ever be is what's happening here. And the decisions we make in this moment, which are based on either love or fear. So many of us choose our path out of fear disguised with practical power. What we really want is impossibly out of reach and ridiculous to expect, so we never dare to ask the universe for it. When I was about 28, after a decade as a professional comedian, I realized one night in LA that the purpose of my life had always been to free people from concern. Just like my
Wasn't
dad.
that
The only thing I
terrific?
hadn't freed
Wow.
was myself.
Our music
And that's
music
when my
makes
search for
Dan feel
identity.
good. I wonder if our music can also make you feel silly or excited
That's
or
wrong.
sad.
Or if I
Do you want
define
to
your
make believe
expectations
with
of
me?
me. And that piece
Let's make
forever.
believe that we can play music that makes us feel all kinds of feelings.
Beyond invention and style, even beyond effortless, you can join the game, fight the
Smile on your face.
all you want.
Create
But to find real
rainbows,
peace
stars in
with
space.
your need for acceptance can make you invisible.
Music, it can feel
Don't
like
let anything
rain.
stand in the way of the light that shines through this form. Risk being seen in all of your glory. Your job is not to figure out how it's going to happen for you, but to open the door in your head, and when the door opens in your light, just walk through it. And don't worry if you miss a cue, because there's always doors opening. They keep opening.
Our music,
When I say
music makes Dan
life
feel
doesn't happen for
good.
you,
I
it
wonder
happens
if
for
our
you.
music can also make you
It
feel
doesn't.
silly or excited or
I'm just
sad.
making a conscious
Do you wanna
choice
make
to
believe
pursue
with me?
challenges as something
Let's
better
make believe that we
that I
can
can
play
deal with
music
in the
that
most
makes us feel
productive way.
all
Sorry,
kinds of
this video
feelings.
is taking so long.
You are ready
It's taking me a while
to
to
be beautiful
get
faces in this world. And after you walk through those doors today, you will only ever have two choices: love or fear. Choose love. And don't ever let fear turn you against your playful heart. What's happening right now inside everybody is they're going, who am I? And they're depressed. People are like, oh, Jim's been depressed. But, well, yeah, I was depressed when I was trying to even with the boss. But now I know that Oz is a character. You know, I think everybody deals with that. Everybody walks around and they go, why am I depressed? Well, it's because you're trying to be something for
I
the
wonder
world.
if our music
You
can
know,
also
and
make
as
you
soon
feel
as
silly
you let that
or
go,
excited
better
or
things
sad.
happen.
Do you want to
Because they're
make
just
believe with
happening.
me?
It's not,
Let's make
you
believe.
know, now it's just sadness. You know, sadness comes, happiness comes, it's the
All
weather that
kinds of
flies
feelings.
by in the sky. It doesn't sit on you long enough to ground you. A few months ago, I woke up and I suddenly got it. I understood
It's a
suddenly
short.
how thought was just an illusory thing. And how thought is responsible for, if not all, most of the suffering we experience. And then I suddenly felt like I was looking at these thoughts from another perspective. And I wondered, who is it that's aware that I'm thinking? And suddenly I was thrown into this expansive, amazing feeling of freedom. From myself, from my problems. You know, when I go to sleep at night, I'm not just a guy going to sleep. I'm two-time Golden Globe winner Jim Carrey going to get some well-needed shut-eye. And when I dream, I don't just dream any old dream. No, sir. I dream about being three-time Golden Globe winning actor Jim Carrey. Because then I would be enough. It would finally be true. And I could stop this terrible search. For what I know ultimately won't fulfill me.
I wonder if our music can also make you feel silly or excited or sad. Do you want to make believe with me?
Babe.
Let's make believe that we can play music that makes us feel all
call him innocent, but that's exactly what the military wants you to think. Fast, powerful, and with enough firepower to take on a small army. These aircraft will make you feel sorry you swapped them in battle. Here are the smallest military aircraft in the world. Let's fly right into it.
Makes you feel every day.
Each craft's most popular light aircraft. And yet, the design of the Wolverine is much like all the other aircraft in the P-6 series offered by the company.
Wasn't
The
that
wingspan is pretty much the
terrific?
same, give or take a few
Wow.
inches. And it
Our
measures
music
33
made
feet.
Music Man
The
stand
Wolverine?
feel
Man, that's a
good.
cool name.
I
It
wonder
sits
if our
2
music
people
can
and has
also
a
make
max
you feel
takeoff weight of
silly
4.5
or
tons.
excited
Getting back to the
or
weight of the
sad.
aircraft itself,
Do you want to
the
make
max
believe with
payload
me?
comes up to
Let's
106
make
tons.
believe that we
The
can play
first time
music
this test
that
I
makes us
see.
feel all kinds of
during the April
feelings.
strike. This exercise, organized by NATO in the Czech Republic, proves that the Wolverine is capable of taking off heavy ammunition, since it was successful in 7 hours. Now, the reason it was capable of completing all those missions with flying colors, get it, was because it's outfitted with the Pratt & Whitney Canada PT6A-68 turboprop engine and a full-bladed propeller in the front. This enables the Wolverine to reach a maximum speed of 514 miles per hour. Thanks to the 4 internal fuel tanks, this aircraft is capable of reaching a destination that's almost 2,000 miles away.
Wasn't that
Developed by the
terrific?
Hindustan Aeronautics Limited and
Our
serving
music
under the
made Music
Indian Air
Man stand
Force,
feel
this is the
good.
single-seater
I wonder
fighter
if our
aircraft
music
that
can
can
also
fly
make
at
you feel
supersonic
silly
speeds. The
or
first flight of the
excited
aircraft was
or
back in April
sad.
of 2007,
Do you want to make
and it
believe
entered
with
into
me?
service just 9 years later.
Let's
And
make
to this day,
believe
there are
that we
32
can play
units built
music
and in
that makes us
service of this
feel all
43-foot long
kinds of
aircraft.
feelings.
The empty weight of the pocket fire is 4.45 tons, while takeoff weight is 9.5 tons. This translates into ammunition, fuel, and a pilot that can reach a top weight of 4 tons. The fighter plane is powered by a single
All one?
It can feel like
that will
rain.
allow it to reach a speed of 1,380 miles per hour. Because of the large fuel tank, the pocket fire reaches anything within an 1,880-mile radius without the need of refueling. And if you want to hear about the ammunition that this little Indian monster packs on board, then you should know there are Python 5
Wasn't that
Astra
terrific?
BBR-80M air ammunition. There are also the
Music made
TV-guided
Music Man
Standoff
stand
air
feel
surface missiles,
good. I wonder if our music
K-18-1500L
can also make you
laser-guided
feel
bombs, and has a
silly
burst-firing
or
range of 50
excited
rounds in a
or
single second.
sad. Do you want to
If
make
you want to
believe
see
with
this
me?
small Soviet aircraft
Let's make
used to catch on
believe
fire
that we
every
can
time
play
they fired
music
its
that
guns,
makes us
then just
feel
keep on
all
watching until
kinds
number
of
6.
feelings.
Call it the Vampire. Call it the Spider-Man. Call it the
Music puts a smile on your
This was
face.
the first plane designed by Major Frank Hauser that flew
In
single-engine
stars in
biplanes
space.
with
With that music, it can feel like rain.
engines were really not powerful enough to power a fighter jet that needed to be really fast. But Halford proved everyone wrong. It uses a single Halford H1 turbojet engine, which later became known as the B-8 Goblin. The design was unlike anything the industry has seen. There were 2 booms in the rear, and then you had the egg-shaped wood and aluminum fuselage in the front. People thought it wouldn't be able to lift off the ground, but the aircraft redefined the entire fighter jet industry. It's as long as 2 Volkswagen Beetles parked back to back, and it's just over 9 feet tall. Some say this plane is so petite, Shaquille O'Neal could fly it as a remote control plane.
Music Man stand
Before we
feel
get into
good.
this, remember to
I wonder if our
Well,
music can also make you feel silly
videos like
or
this.
excited or
Developed by
sad.
2 South
Do you wanna
African
make believe
manufacturing
with me?
companies working in the defense sector, the AIRLAC stands for Advanced High Performance Reconnaissance Light Aircraft, and it took the first flight back in 2014 at Wonderford Air Force. Right after the creation of the AIRLAC, they said that the 2 units they produced were going to be sold, and then the Paramount Crew, one of the 2 partners, has said they will be working with Boeing on a project known as MRAR. Now, after a few years of stagnation and the buying of AIRLAC by Paramount Group, they've announced that they'll continue production of the light fighter aircraft. Inside, the AIRLAC could house 2 people and was only 34 feet long. The max speed of the aircraft was set at 313 miles per hour, and it had a range of 1,325 miles with a surface area of 31,000 feet. The ammo carrier included a GI-2 20mm cannon, anti-tank missiles, and 250 pounds of MK-81 and 500 pounds of MK-82 bombs.
Do you want to make
This is
believe
one
with
of the
me?
smallest Soviet planes because it was only 32 feet long and had a 34-foot wingspan. Now, some say that the plane looked like some fish dumped in radioactive waste with giant pectoral fins. But we And this one had a reputation of being exceptionally easy to
Feel
fly.
like rain.
And when you saw the rest, this is especially the case. You see, the cargo engine on this plane had this little deployment to catch fire. Every time
Might be hosting another story. Alright.
The Embraer Super Tucano is a special turboprop
Wasn't that
aircraft.
terrific?
There are 15 nations and their air forces that use it.
Music made
Production
Stan
of the
feel
A-29
good.
began back in
I wonder if our
2003.
music
And
can
since
also
then,
make you
there have
feel
been over
silly,
200
or
Just
excited,
recently, the
or
Nigerian Air
sad.
Force ordered
Do you
12
wanna
of its
make
light
believe
fighter
with
jets
me?
to be delivered in
Let's
mid-2021.
believe
Because of the low-cost option for some of the low-threat missions
all
these countries
kinds
are
of
facing,
feelings.
the A-29 is selling like hotcakes. And when you realize it has precision-guided munitions and a max speed of 370 miles per hour, countries would have to be crazy not to buy it. If you want to see the only parasite plane on this list that's only 12 feet long, then keep on watching until the end. Man, the Soviet Union was the boss when it comes to making goofy-looking planes. This time it's the Yak-15, which looks very similar to the 9-5 that we talked about earlier. But what did you expect? The plane was being produced in the period between 1946 and 47, and there are about 280 of them built. To
Wasn't
make
that
it, they used a German
terrific?
Zemo 004. They reverse engineered it, and then they were converted from a piston-powered aircraft. Now, the main purpose of the jet was to be used as a fighter, but the Soviets used it to
See?
pilot
It
piston
doesn't
engine
work
aircraft and prepare them to fly jets. If you ask us, the following hat is the coolest looking jet on the
I
list,
told
especially
you
those that
how
were
it's
red.
about.
The gnat is another island of cats, most popular in the Indian Ocean. And their popularity kept growing after the Indian Air Force managed to turn the Pakistani F-86 into a heating pile of nuts and bolts. The aircraft is 21 feet long and has a wingspan of about 22 feet. Now, because it was so useful, the Air Force of Finland and Yugoslavia both used it in their armies. Hey, psst, yes, you. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button and hit the notifications bell.
Don't tell me what to
While the
do.
C-17 is one of the biggest cargo planes in the U.S. Air Force, capable of carrying 8 tons of soldiers
Daddy.
and ammo, this mini version
Daddy.
is actually the cutest. Now, we should
Daddy,
mention that it doesn't
will
fly,
you
but
please
it
help?
does look like a little puppy with the tiny fuselage.
What?
Will you please help?
What do you need help with? Oh, don't put batteries in there.
I'm not turning it on.
Okay. What am I helping with? You want to open this?
This, yes.
Just the battery cage?
No.
All of it?
The stubby nose and those adjusted jet engines which make it look exactly like the real deal. Now, because it's only 32 feet long and 28 and a half feet wide, some have dubbed it the Baby Yoda of planes. Do you know what a parasite fighter is? Well, you're looking at one. This is actually the smallest fighting plane in the entire world. It was intended to be an integral part of the giant Convair B-36 bomber. The plane was supposed to take off, and then, in the middle of fighting, they were to deploy a swarm of these little XF-85 goblins that could take down any incoming fighter jet. The McDonnell aircraft manufacturer had this crazy idea during the peak of World War II, but by the time they made the plane, the war was over.
Did you take some
The
of them
plane
out
took
already?
its first flight on the 23rd of August, 1948. And to
Did
this
you take
day,
some of the
there are
screws
only
out
two
already?
of them built in the entire world.
I took
The
one
plane was
of them.
capable of carrying only one person. It was only 14 feet long and had a wingspan of 21 feet. It weighed about 1.7 tons, and it could carry a payload of about 800 pounds. And we have to admit, this little goblin was fast as lightning, since it reached a max speed of 650 miles per hour and could fly non-stop for 1 hour and 20 minutes. In battle, it can be equipped with 4 50 caliber M3 Browning machine guns. Bye for now.
Is the thing dinging already? Or was that the mix load bell?
That's the Mr. Road bag. Oj, John Wickle puppet. Oj, John Wickle puppet. Daddy. Oj, John Wickle puppet. Daddy.
Okay.
Can you please go check after you get the thing? Wheels if it's on Winkle Pavette?
I think I got all the screws out. I don't know why it's not coming apart.
Where's the two bottom squeals?
Let me make sure there's nothing in the battery compartment. Watch those two screws on the table. I don't want you to knock them off. Nope, nothing in the battery compartment.
Wait, did you take the two bottom squeals out?
I don't see any screws in the bottom, do you? I feel like I missed something here. Is there a screw in here that I don't see? No.
Daddy, can I please have a walk?
Yeah, there's something holding it still.
Can I please have a walk?
Yes. There you go. All the screws are out, I think.
Can I have it? Can you put it down?
Yes, I can. Let me just look in these holes with the light and see. Do you have your flashlight?
It's in the wall.
Okay. I'm trying to see if there's a screw that I missed. I don't think so. There's something here that... Okay, look on this side.
Are there clips on the right side?
There's something holding it together there.
Can I try?
Yes, you can. I just want to make sure I got all the screws out for you. I don't think there's a screw in there.
Can you feel the squeal?
No.
I want to try. How did you take the soap drawer out?
It just popped out.
How did you pop it out? How did you pop it out?
It's got that little button on the top, see? It just kind of clips in there. I just clipped it out. Where would there be a screw that I don't see? Like you said, it might be a clip. Do you want to work on it?
Yes.
I think it's mostly apart. That side comes apart.
Daddy, can you put it down on the floor?
Yes.
Put it down, please.
There you go.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Like, I'm watching this show Vikings, right? And oh man, it pissed me off. Episode 2, this guy puts his feet up on the table and he's got rubber bottom soles of his shoe. I'm like, you motherfuckers. He has a heel that's clearly made in a factory, and there's like this textured plastic bottom to his shoe. I'm like, how did no one
catch this. You guys have this amazing wardrobe and all these ships, and I'll take a picture of it. No, I'll put it up on my Instagram later. It was so dumb it made me angry. But I'm watching this and I'm like, how do we know this was how they talked? How do we know this is what they did? How do we? This is some weird interpretation of some historical events.
Really hard to interpret it. Of course, thoughts about fossilized. And, I start off early in the book about who were the first people to figure out we're going to die.
Right.
And become aware of our own mortality in a way that, well, maybe I can conceive of being somewhere else. I don't actually die. So we know, elephants grieve and mammals grieve and cetaceans, dolphins, whales, and so on. And chimps, they feel these mothers are just depressed and almost suicidal when their infants die. But that's different from conceiving of like, well, I know I'm going to die. Because I see people around me that I conceive of maybe some other place to go. So I start off with something of a paradox that if I ask you to imagine yourself dead, you can't do it, because to imagine anything, you have to be alive. So it's not going to be like falling asleep and waking up the next morning because you have dreams or whatever. It's going to be more like general anesthesia, where it's 10, 9, 8, boom, boom, lights out, but you just never wake up. So we talk about things like, well, there's nothing after death. But even the word "no thing" implies there's a thing, or you're going to this place, there's nothing. Well, no thing or nowhere implies that there's a where that you're not going to, but there's not even a where that you're not going to. It's like Lawrence Krauss and some of these cosmologists. What was there before the Big Bang? So when you say, well, imagine no universe, no stars or planets or galaxies, no light, but there's not even any space or time. And at some point, we don't have the words to even say what it is we're trying to talk about. There's nothing before the Big Bang. You can't even actually talk about it.
Well, don't they think now, though, that it's entirely possible that the Big Bang is like a cycle?
Yes, well, I think it's something like that. I think it
expands and contracts infinitely forever.
This is what
it's come up with some way to talk about it. So.
We also have this weird biological idea based on our own limitations that there's a birth and a death of everything.
Right. So I actually have a chapter devoted to Deepak Chopra in the Eastern Wisdom traditions. We're kind of buddies now. And, I went to his center down in Carlsbad and spent some time there. And
you think he's all right?
He's a good guy. Yeah, no, he's totally a good guy.
I mean, he's been, and at times in the past, either misleading or misled.
Yes, sometimes that's right. Some of his recommendations for dietary things or whatever, perhaps. But I know for sure, because I've gotten to know him pretty well, that he totally believes the stuff he says. It sounds like woo-woo, as I used to call it. But a lot of it, if you interpret it from a kind of a Buddhist, Western Buddhist position, when he says, consciousness is the ground of all being, it's the ontological primitive, these things that sound nonsensical. But if you think about it, sort of from a simple perspective, the entire universe is in your brain, and when you cease to exist, the universe ceases to exist. For you. I call it the weak consciousness principle. It's just sort of true by definition. Now, he goes a little bit further and says, that consciousness is everything, and that we bring into existence material stuff by thinking about it, observing it, or whatever. And here's some quantum physics experiments that are really spooky. It's like, okay, time out. Quantum physics is weird and spooky. Consciousness is weird and spooky. That doesn't mean they're connected. He thinks they are. So it's a debatable point, okay? But still. The experience of going I did the meditation thing and all the massages and the teas and the food and all that stuff, and it's this beachside resort in Carlsbad. You can't help but feeling better. Like, yeah, this stuff works.
Where's Carlsbad?
It's down by Encinitas. It's north of San Diego.
Oh, that's a beautiful area.
Totally beautiful. Yeah, Deepak's not done, and he's got a good thing going. And not just Deepak, there's other people like Stan Harris. Bob Roth has a new book out called Why Buddhism is True. Okay, so it worked. So
did I put all the marbles away?
Not just for me.
We might have to put them
I had an experience and I felt better.
Can you put it in the walker
pocket? So what Deepak and Bob Wright are talking about is that the Western version of Buddhism may actually work medically. It may, lower stress hormones in your body, lower blood pressure, these kinds of things that are measured. That's what we want to know from a Western scientific perspective, not just do I feel better. 67% of the people who did this particular treatment, they got better by these measurable criteria. Okay, that seems fair enough to me. I'm open to that.
Now, this idea that there's nothing or no thing,
I
that we
think
can't
there's
even,
a
we can't
quip.
even wrap our head around nothing because we would think of a thing.
I think there's a
There's no
quip.
thing, but there's never a thing.
Right.
Right. But how do we, or
That was a
why?
mess.
Why don't we just say we don't know? Why don't we speculate on the
I think
possibility of consciousness being some sort of ethereal thing or something that exists outside of the body? We don't know. We really don't know.
That's what I said. I conclude, I don't know if there's an afterlife or not. At the very end of the book, later, I just said, it doesn't really matter whether there's an afterlife or not, because we don't live in the afterlife. We live in this life. So this is the time you gotta do whatever you gotta do. I call this Alby's error. Alby is Alby Singer, Woody Allen's character in Annie Hall. Remember the scene early in the movie where he has a flashback as a young boy, and he's in this psychiatrist's office with his mom, and what's the problem? He won't do his homework. You won't do your homework? Why won't you do your homework, Alby? He says, the universe is expanding. He says, the universe is expanding. He goes, the universe is everything there is, and if it's expanding, one day it's all going to blow apart, so nothing really matters. I'm not going to do my homework. And his mother yells at him, what does the universe got to do with this? We live in Brooklyn. Brooklyn is not expanding. So that's my sort of take-home message there. We don't live in the afterlife, or before the universe or after the universe. None of that matters. I mean, it's interesting to talk about, but we live in this life.
Yeah.
So this is what really counts.
They're fascinating things to contemplate, but ultimately, really, for practicality's sake, you really should be paying attention to them.
Totally. I mean, this is what I tell Deepak all the time. When he says, well, Michael, this table is actually made of atoms that are mostly empty space, and the quantum physicists, blah, blah, blah.
According to Sean Carroll, that's not correct.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he explained that. Yeah, this whole
Okay.
idea of
Fiesta.
empty space is like this. No, it's just a poor way of describing it.
Okay.
And
All
I
right.
would defer to him and let him describe it.
All right.
He also described the superpositions, like particles, subatomic particles being in superposition, where they're in a state of moving and not moving at the same
I
time.
can think
Explain that in a way that completely fucked my head up too. Like, well, I thought I had it figured out, sort of. I thought I didn't have it figured out, but I thought I had a definition that at least was like, okay, well, it's this, even though I don't understand it. It's like, no, it's not even that.
Okay.
So
Yes.
I refer to, please, if you're interested, go to the
Yeah.
Sean Carroll podcast.
Well, I understand it anyway, that it doesn't really matter because the atoms are jiggling in a way that this is solid. You can tell it's solid, and this is the level we live at.
Yeah,
Solid.
if somebody drops this in there, you're
Yeah,
in trouble.
that's right. Yeah. So again, we don't live in a quantum world. We live in a macro world where this kind of stuff doesn't. Okay, so so for Deepak, the whole Western way of thinking scientifically, there's a beginning and an end. Time is a linear thing that we can measure, and there's birth and death. All that is the wrong way to think about it. The Buddhist way is that it's just all consciousness, and when you die, you return to the conscious state you were before you were born. So the physical body is just an instantiation of this conscious thing, whatever this is. And okay, I don't know. I'd be surprised, but I'll be pleasantly surprised. I'll tell you that if it turns out, close my eyes for the last time, and I wake up and there's Deepak, and whoever, my friends, Carl Sagan, and Stephen Jay Gould, and Asimov are there. Everybody's there. Kids is there. Okay. Quality of life, incrementally, year by year. And if it turns out you solve these problems and we live to 150, 200, and then we have a bunch of other problems we don't even know about yet. Okay.
Oh,
I think there's some beauty in temporary things that we, for whatever reason, we're avoiding that concept.
Well,
We're
let's see if we
terrified
can
of things
find-
ending.
Yeah.
There's beauty in things being temporary. You don't want to go to see a movie that's 100 hours long. A movie is a great movie when it's 90 minutes. You're in, you're out. Maybe 2 hours. If it's 3 hours, if it's Blade Runner or something. Something crazy.
I quote Christopher Hitchens in my book as an analogy. First of all, you're at the party and death taps you on the shoulder and says, you have to leave. And worse, the party's going to go on without you, and they're going to all have fun. But, oh no. But if the Christian church
this? Like a guy with a harp, and there's a bunch of babies with wings? Like, what?
Or even that is it. This is why Hitch called it celestial North Korea. You have a dictator that knows all of your thoughts.
Yeah.